All right, on today's 30-minute mechanic, here I am in my favorite place, lounging on the floor underneath the car. Nope, not my favorite place, but it's got to be done. Today, we're going to start taking things apart so we can replace the rear main seal in our 83 Mustang, which I think is what's causing the big leak. I don't know. Maybe I put it in backwards. Who knows? But we're going to go about it a little bit different, so buckle up. Let's go. Okay, now let's say we're going to do this a little bit different. Well, we are going to, instead of pulling the motor or pulling the transmission, which really wouldn't help, we'd have to pull the motor. Instead of pulling the motor and the transmission, we're going to drop the K member out of this thing and then drop the pan and go in underneath that way. But before I do that, I'm going to have to take my brake calipers off. So that's kind of what we're going to try to do today is get our brake calipers loose and our, what's the right size? Yep. Brake calipers loose and maybe get the K-member loose. So I wonder if this little thing will pop these out. Nope, they won't. Get a real wrench. I was kind of hopeful that would pop that loose. Holy cow! Decided it would be easier. Decided it'd be easier to take out 8 K-member bolts and 8 K-member bolts and a steering shaft bolt and the top strut bolts out of the struts. Decided to be a lot easier to do it that way than it would be to pull the entire engine out of the car. Okay. Two of those out. Let me grab a zip. Not a zip tie, but what's that called? Bungee cord thing. Actually, I am going to use a zip tie, maybe. Let's see if I can pop that guy off of there. Maybe not. Come on. Come on. What's going on, Ford? Should slip off there. Should. Yeah, I didn't loosen it up enough here. Give it a little pry to push the heads back in. There it goes. Come on. Gosh, what is the problem? Okay, let's see if we can find something to tie this off to up here. Oh gosh, never fails. It's kind of heavy. I kind of can't see what I'm doing. Come on. I mean, really? Okay. That one zipped out of the way. Okay, let's pop over the other side. Man, I got my readers on. I couldn't see nothing. Just gonna stick these guys right back in their holes. And we're gonna jump around the other side and get the caliper off of that side now. All right. Now you may be wondering, James, have you ever taken a K-member out of a car with it sitting there on jack stands? No, I never have. I've taken this one loose. Good grief. I've taken this one loose and dropped it down to put K-member spacers in it, but I've never actually taken it out. So this is going to be a new adventure. But I think I've thought about it enough to know everything that needs to happen. It's not terribly complicated. These cars are pretty simple. I can squish this sucker back a little bit. I didn't mash the caliper in far enough on the other side. Come on. Thing just doesn't want to come out of there, does it? There it goes. Get back in there. Well, better set that right there while I go get a big zip tie, because I'm never prepared. And that was smushing my finger. Okay. Brake line zipped out of the way. Let's just let you see. Oop. All we did was took our brake caliper. We just zip tied it back out of the way. Okay, it's gonna free up everything out here, so we won't have our brake lines hanging us up. All right, now we've got a steering shaft bolt. The one we put on the little slidey. I may have to go on. Yep, I'm gonna have to. Gotta turn the key. Actually, before I do that, I better unhook the battery. Battery. Ah, we're back. Got the bolt out. Now, you can probably see oil all over everything down here. It's on the bell housing, on the separator plate. It's dripping off the header over here, presumably because it's getting slung that direction. I don't really know. But anyways, it's all on this header. It's right there. Drippy, drippy, drippy. Not my favorite thing. Okay, we need our cutters. We got to cut some zip ties. There you go. Install 30,000 zip ties, cut 20,000 back out, and here we go. Got to get me some snips. Snips. Nowhere to be found. Where were the darn things? All right, we're back. Back with our snips. And put all these in. Now I'm just clipping them right back out. Thankfully, I kept these kind of on top of the K, remember, and not threading through it. So this is, okay, battery cable's loose. Can't see where that just went. Battery cable's loose. Steering shaft can slide out. Now we got to cut a couple of zip ties over here that are holding transmission lines. The transmission line does snake through the K-member, so I may have to undo those. And it's got a tube on it. We have to undo those and snake them on the outside of the K-member so this thing will drop down. But we'll cross that bridge. Cross that bridge in a minute when we get there. Now this starter cable does the same thing, so I think I'm going to release it from the top and just drop it down, and then actually snake it out where it's not going through the K-member. So I'm going to hop out and do that. I find it interesting, the things you don't think about. Oh, when you're putting stuff together. I mean, just little things like running a cable where it snakes through your K-member instead of being completely outside of the K-member. Like this. Ow, dang, that hurt my knuckle. Ouch. And then that dude, I can actually run that. Maybe, if it'll get up there. Come on. So now I see those cables are, I don't know if you can see that or not, but now they're outside the K-member, so I can drop it and it won't hang up on it. I might just go ahead and connect those back up while I'm at it. Okay, I got those hooked back up. We're going to sneak into here. Oh, we're going to take out the back bolts out of our K-member. We get these two, and then we'll grab those two over there. And they are metrics. That size and that size. Now, hopefully, this little guy has enough zap to take these out. Hopefully. Let's find out. There's one. There's two. That was really better than I could have hoped for. Good. Okay, let's see if I can grab the other two over here. Maybe they'll come out just as easy. I got the feeling one's not gonna. That one did. I feel like one was cross-threaded. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was on the green car that one was cross-threaded. I don't remember. Okay, we got two of those out. Now, next step. What's the next step? The other bolts, the big ones? Or do we go ahead and drop our nuts out of the top of our struts? Strut nuts. I don't guess it really matters. Because this is going to want to drop down. And the struts, now I'll go and get the strut nuts off. Oh, can't leave my tools under here. Come on. Come on, James, what are you doing? Let's get everything out of here. Well, here's a good question. Well, one of these metric sockets, that won't fit it. How big are those things? Big. Those are really big. I don't know what size it is, but it's pretty close to being the right size. No, not even close. Now, the big bolts are regular American bolts, because I put those in there. They really need washers under those heads. These others are metric bolts because they screw into the little Ford. Ford has a plate that slips in there with captured nuts. Okay, coming to the top. Gonna take out our strut nuts. Strut nuts. All right. Got our big. Let's just grab those. Hey, that fits. Let's see if we can just buzz it off there. Where's my buzzer? I left it on the floor. What do you think? Think it'll work? Let's find out. Yep, worked. Worked better than I imagined. Better or worse, maybe. Seeing that I somewhat forgot that would just drop straight out. Maybe we need to do a little slower this time. There we go. That's a little less panic inducing there. Come on, what's going on? It's gonna pop out. Well, why won't this one come out now? Oh, there it goes. Yep. Put the nut back on there. Yep, came out and whacked me in the knee. Okay. Show you what we just did. We tried to tear stuff up. All right, we got our strut nuts out, so our control arms are hanging down. They tried to murder me a little bit, but we're good to go there. Get the old coilovers on the things. All right, onward to the next step. 15/16. Got some big old American bolts right here. Maybe that's the wrong one. That was 7/8. Put up the one I wanted to keep. You know, that's how it goes. Those aren't nearly as tight as I thought they should be. Whoa. You know what? If I wasn't brain dead, I would use power tools. Okay, now you can't see it, but I got a jack underneath this K member so it doesn't take a ride. What's going on here? Get off of there. Okay. Those two, that one's out. One big bolt. I just put the nut, slip it back on it so it doesn't get lost. Other big bolt. Maybe. There it is. Same story here. Got a big bolt with a nut. Now, this is a good time to show. I made K-member spacers out of hunks of aluminum. They fit in there. I just had some scrap aluminum, cut it up, drilled holes in it. My other car has rectangle tubing in here. Same idea. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay, that one's got a little bit of pressure on it, so I'm not going to mess with it just yet. But now we can go get us another jack, put it on the other side, and take out the same bolts, and then we'll be able to let that thing down gently. And maybe my lines will just kind of drop down with it, and I can just kind of swing that thing out of the way so I can crawl under there. So let's go get set up on the other side. Okay, I'm prepared. I'm actually prepared. Now we're going to zip out, I don't know, the front one first, I guess. Put a wrench on there. See if this will work. Okay. That one's out. Good grief. Everything is running away. Let's find the nut real quick. I'll sit there with my other bolts. All right, we got one more. And, gosh, one more and the K-member should kind of drop out of there. Let's proceed with caution, slowly. Okay, that's as far as I want to go with that at the moment. because what I'm seeing is the K-member, since my jacks are at the front. Oh, and my light just fell off because I set my... What I'm seeing is my K-member's rotating back. And so it's going to want to fall off my... Well, maybe not. Let's move that block so that doesn't fall and terrorize me. Let me jump around the other side. Do the same thing. Okay, that one's out. Well, I guess it can't rotate very far. Can't rotate very far because it's going to hit the oil pan. So let's see if we can... What do I do with my wrench? I mean, if it falls, well, it falls. Although I do have... I got a little baby jack right here that I could stick in there. Come on, baby jack. I can sit right there as a catcher. Because I really don't want it to fall on my rotors and just kapow, smash them into the concrete. Okay, that. There. Now, that nut's off. Kind of wedged in there. Let's see if we can ease it down gently. I can see what I'm doing. Okay, member. This is about the part in the video where people should be going, man, you need a lift. Well, yeah, I do. Maybe someday. Not today, though. Let me just ease it down. Another bolt falls out. Oh, we're about to fall off our jack. Great. Okay, let's get our blocks. Ease our other jack downs. Other jacks down. Okay, that one has landed. This one has just about landed. All right, now you can kind of see what we got going here. Move this super bright Harbor Freight light that is blinding me at every available possibility. Move it over here for a second. Pick up all our clipped zips. Gosh, I looked right into that light and now I can't see nothing. All right, now you can see we got our K-member sitting on the floor. And we're just going to kind of, let's check our transmission lines. Oh, it's pulling on pretty tight. There we go. Now what we might do, I don't like that at all. Not at all, not at all. My chunka. Oh boy, I'm deaf. That's not helping at all. All right. Now as you see, we got our K-member laying on the floor. Sort of. Had to raise it up. Now you can see what I was talking about right here. The transmission line snakes through there. I've got a couple of connections. I think I'm going to pinch the hoses and take the lines loose and pull them out and route them a different way. so they're not hooked in there. But I had to set it up on a piano dolly. This thing's focusing very good. I had to set this up on a piano dolly so it would not try to yank the lines out of everything. But that's going to do it for today, I think. I accomplished what I wanted to do. Our K-member spacers. Got a K-member laying on the floor. We'll be able to just slide that dude out of the way and then crawl under there and drop the pan. That was a whole lot easier than, oh gosh, that was a whole lot easier than pulling the motor out. All right, that's going to do it for 30 Minute Mechanic today. We got under there, got our K-member loose and almost pulled out, except for those little transmission lines. Not a big deal. We'll just pinch them off, loosen the connectors, boop, pull them out, slip them around, put them back, and be done with that. And then next episode, we'll be ready to start taking the pan off. So this is going along pretty quick. I think this won't be a big deal. Whole lot easier than pulling the engine out and draining all the fluids and blah, 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 and doing all that rigmarole. So I think we're going to be good. Check the description. Check out my friends' channels. For now, like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends. We'll see you next time. Bye.